Hello, I'm Victoria. I'm currently a senior here at Eastern. I'm majoring in criminal justice with a double minor in sociology and psychology. As you guys just saw on the campus mall, we are currently in the library, John F. Kennedy Library, and this is one of my favorite study spots here on campus for the reason being that it has this amazing view. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you a quick tour about the library, so come and join. So as you guys can see, we have a lot of books here. We have over 1 million books here in this library, which is awesome that we have access to all of these books. Here we have some study spaces where students can sit down and go ahead and do their homework and study. Also in the library, we do have different eye zones. As you guys can see here, we do have green zones, yellow zones, and red zones. So we have interactive zones, in-between zones, and quiet zones. So green zones, you can go ahead and talk. Yellow zones, you can talk as well, but just be mindful of others. And then red zones is absolutely no talking. Students are studying and focusing on their homework, so we don't want to distract them. So behind me, we do have printers and computers, so students are able to go ahead and use the computers and print any papers that they need to print out. We do get $9 worth of printing credit. It's only 5 cents to print a piece of paper. Double-sided is 7 cents, so usually students don't go over those $9, which is really nice. And also up here, we do have some study rooms, and we're going to go ahead and show you one. So this is one of our study rooms. And if you needed to study with a group or you had a group project, you can go ahead and go downstairs and reserve one of the rooms. We do have a chalkboard along with a whiteboard, so you can go ahead and use this room. Also, down the hall, we do have individual study rooms as well, so if you wanted to study alone and by yourself, you can do that as well. We highly recommend you to reserve the room as soon as possible, but an hour ahead would be perfectly fine if there is rooms available. So now we're going to go ahead and go downstairs and show you the bottom floor. Okay, so now we are on the bottom floor of our library. Behind me, we do have our equipment checkout. So if you need to check out any cameras, GoPros, projectors, chargers, you can go ahead and go to equipment checkout. It is included in your tuition fee, so there is no additional fees when you come and check it out. A lot of students will check out projectors if they're having a movie night at their house, or if they want to, during football season, a lot of students will check out projectors also for football Sunday, because everybody loves to see the game on a big screen. So we're going to keep going, so follow me. So right here we have our IT help desk. So if you need help resetting your password with your email, or you need help because you have a virus or your computer crashes, you can go ahead and come to the IT help desk. Again, it is included in your tuition fee, so there is no additional fee when you come get assistance from them. And then right here we are going to walk into our Curricular Center, so if you guys can follow me. So here we have thousands of children's books. We have little books, we have all types of books. We also got these big books. So this is a green zone, so students are able to be interactive here. So this is a great study space for students who are going into teaching along with children's studies. Also, if you have children of your own, or if you are babysitting, you can go ahead and bring the children here. It's a great space, so that way you can go ahead and study for yourself, but students are also able to come and play and read books as well in this space. And then also down there we do have a nursery room. So if you are nursing, you can go ahead and step in there and go ahead and nurse your children as well. And then back here we do have some Mac computers. So if you're a Mac user, you can go ahead and come use these computers as well. Behind me we do have an area where we have thousands of movies as well. So if Netflix isn't working out for you, or you can't afford Netflix, you can go ahead and come down here to the library and go ahead and check them out. Again, it's included in your tuition fee, so you don't have to pay anything additional to come and watch movies. So down here we do have additional study rooms. Again, these are more individual rooms, so you guys can come in here. This is what an individual study space kind of looks like. You can also have multiple people in here, but usually students use this to study individually. We have more computers and printers, so if you find yourself on the bottom floor, you can go ahead and print as well. And then behind me, we do have additional archives. We do have the U.S. Government documents. So if you wanted to look into U.S. information, all of that, you can go ahead and come down here as well and go ahead and use it here in the library or check it out as well. Okay, so now we are on our second floor of the library, which is also our main floor. We are currently in the Learning Commons. Behind me, we do have our Plus Tutor Groups, which is our program leading university success. They also offer these in our res hall, so if you know that you're going to be struggling in a class, you can go ahead and come ahead of time and register for tutoring. You do group tutoring or individual tutoring, or if you find out in the middle of the quarter that you're struggling, you can also still come by and register and get into one of the study groups. And then behind that, we do have our Writer Center. Our Writer Center is here to help students with those college papers that our professors are looking for. So they can go ahead and help you from brainstorming to your rough draft all the way to your final draft. Also, when you come and meet with them, they do email your professor letting them know that you came and got help. I like to say that's brownie points, so that way your professor sees that you're actually putting in the effort and time to get that grade that you are really striving for. It may not always work, but it's worth a try. Okay, so behind me we do have our Multimedia Center, our MMC. So if you needed to print in color or you needed to print a poster, you can go ahead and come here. A lot of our graphic design students spend a lot of time here because they do have Mac computers and Microsoft computers where they have all of the Adobe software and all of the editing software, which is really nice. And it is all included in your tuition and fees, so you can go ahead and be a part of that. And again, if you wanted to print in your poster or in color, your student ID will also be, you'll be able to do that. And then behind that, we do have our EWU Advising and Career Services. So if you needed help with the resume, cover letter, or needed help deciding what classes you should take for the following quarter or registering for classes, you can go ahead and ask them for help, and they'd be more than happy to help you. Me too. Alright, so right here we have our back door. So here here in the library we do have a leave no trace policy. That means that students are able to go ahead and eat anything and everything they'd like. So as I mentioned earlier, the top floor is my favorite spot to be. So I spend a lot of time there. A lot of the time I don't have time to go home and cook, so I usually just order in. The nice thing about that is they'll come delivered to this back door and I don't have to leave the library, which is really awesome. Right here we do have our information desk. And as you guys can see, we do have whiteboard tables and whiteboards. So if you needed an expo marker, you can go ahead and go to the information desk. Also, if you needed any general questions answered, you can go ahead and go to them. They can answer any questions you have about the library or the campus in general, and they also have information about resources that the community has to offer. And then again, we do have computers and printers back here. You're able to go ahead and print. And again, it's all included in your student ID. So as you guys can see, we just went through the Learning Commons. I like to say this is our one-stop shop for student success. It has a lot of resources for our students to become successful. There's a lot more on this campus, but this is where we can find a lot of them all in one location, which is really awesome. So we do have, again, our Plus Tutor Groups, our Writer Center, our Multimedia Center, our Information Desk, our Student Advising, and computers and printers. And so if you need a little bit more motivation and energy, we also have Thomas Hammer, which is our coffee shop. This is the only coffee shop that isn't included in your meal plan, but I promise it is worth every penny. So as you walk into the library, these will be the two main desks that you will see. So behind me, we do have the circulation desk. So if you need to check out any books here in the library, this will be the place to come and check them out. Also, if you forgot your book at home, your textbook, you can also use the textbook here in the library. So say you forgot your chemistry book, your biology book, you can always come check it out and use it here in the library. Along with that, if you're taking human anatomy, you can also check out the human bodies. They do have replica bones, so that's kind of nice that you're able to check that out and use them here in the library as well. And then behind me, we do have our reference desk. So if you need help finding any references here in the library, if you need to find a certain textbook or you need to find an article online, you can also use them. Also, a lot of students will use them as a resource when they are doing research projects or research papers. If you're looking for specific articles, you can go ahead and ask them for help. And then right behind me, we do have additional study space, so students are able to go ahead and hang out and study as well in that area. So that concluded our John F. Kennedy Library tour. I hope that when you become an Eastern student that you will be able to utilize this great resource that we have here to our students. Thank you for watching.